Come join us in the front. Oh yeah.
Alte Rebbe hat Mekabel gewend in the Seas, hat gelost wissen, he told everybody that nicht shaykh zu ken mofsen. Pravet nicht ken mofsen. Hagam, gehat Mesiras Nefesh to be the Baal Shem Tov's getreie Talmud, but mofsen is not his... A woman came with a child who didn't speak. And her husband disappeared, and she's an aguna. So she came to ask the Rebbe what to do about being an aguna. When she came, she was told that the Rebbe is in the middle of a Farbrengen, the Alte Rebbe, and that it's not shaykh now to get an answer. So the Rebbitzin gave her an eitzah, write down your question, your problem, give it to your son, who was a little boy, eret ken arankrichen between the tables, and go over to the Alte Rebbe, and give the Rebbe the note with the problem. The boy went, and he gives the Rebbe the note, and the Rebbe reads it, and the Rebbe said, go tell your mother that your father is alive in Leipzig. The boy goes and says to his mother, the Rebbe said that Tati is alive in Leipzig. The mother almost fainted. The child never spoke. He was mute. Chassidim haben gehört. So they asked the Alte Rebbe, you said no mofsim, or to gepravet ha-meifes. So the Rebbe said, how should I know that he never speaks? Das heißt, es nicht gewähnt, etwas ha-meifes, ha-chochme, als a Tzadik sagt, wird es. Weil a Tzadik ist a Balabos auf Teva. Das heißt in andere Werte, sometimes a Tzadik can make a meifes, weil is a Bal meifes, and sometimes that emes alein, just being the truth, changes the world. A Chabad Neggim is just emes. It puts you in a place where the alle shtik, med alle kunzen, med alle chochmelech that we use all times and all day long, a Chabad Neggim wipes away all the unnecessary shtik. And me blabt mit an emes. For a moment, you feel emes. What's that emes? Unchachmes. My mother, Aleha Hasholim, she lived to be 101. She was a bardas, a isha chachoma, git verstanden azach. When my brother Avremo started singing and making records, she was his biggest fan. So hat von ihm gehalten a Welt. But she gave him an Eize. Am singt a Chabad Neggim, darf man es nicht überspielen. Don't embellish a Chabad Neggim. The Chabad Neggim singt man wie es darf sein, and don't add anything. Because the Chabad Neggim brings out the emes. So I had a story with a couple in Minnesota. Zeyer weit. It was hard to get them to come for a Shabbos. It was hard to get them to do anything. For years, mitamol, they show up. They came to Chabad house. Wusse geschehen? They were looking on the internet, and they saw a clip of the Rebbe singing Tzom Olocho Nafshi. So tzeazei de nimmen, this picture, the woman said, she was a gelerente, she said, I can't believe the divine sincerity was ich gesehen habe von Rebbe. Nothing, you've seen the clip, yeah? There's no shtick, there's no exaggeration, there's no tnua, there's no, it's so simple and so real. So to the Nimen, and they both came and they both became Mekai Meiteire Mitzvahs, the Kinder, one of them is a Rosh Hashiva, and they all became from what? From Gunisht. From what was not there. It was pure, it was emes, and it reached the emes within them. This is a Chabad Neggim. I'll tell you a quick story. In Minnesota, we made a concert for the Olam, for the city. We invited people to come to hear Hasidic songs. Avremel, my brother, was then 11 years old. And he was singing with a choir, Eli Lipsker's choir. So we brought out the choir that they should perform. They came to the Neggim, so the choir started the low part, and Avremel had to sing the high part. The choir started the Neggim too high. They started the low part high. And people were worrying, how is Avremel going to sing noch hecher? But Avremel sang it like an alte Chussid, mit jedem Kneitsch, mit jedem das. The Olam was bagaft. What happened was, there was a man, a lawyer, an older man, who was blind. He went over to Avremel afterwards, and he said to him, I'm blind already 40 years. I'm used to it, and I'm comfortable. I'm okay. It doesn't bother me. But now, I wish I could see you. I wish I could have my eyes back just to be able to see you. The Neggim, if you sing it right, amazing. Yes? You don't want to know. I'll do you a favor and not sing. I made a deal with Avremel. Soll nicht reden, ich will nicht singen.
know the song. I know.
wants to hear a story? Motzei Shabbos. Motzei Shabbos, it's a minute to tell a story of the Baal Shem Tov. And it's a segula for Parnosa. But the Helek originator said 3 lav dafkas. Lav dafka Motzei Shabbos, it could be any time. Lav dafka the Baal Shem Tov, it could be any tzaddik. Lav dafka Parnosa, it could be any segula that you need. And it was the Motzei Shabbos part we got, 1 out of 3. The segula part is a blank check. You fill it in as needed. The Maisa is like this. The Magid Agodol, Mezritcha Magid, used to teach. He had short, kurze Torahs, nicht lange Maimorim like we have now. And one of his teachings, he took a Mishnah in Shabbos, that's talking about carrying, about somebody who owns an animal, and the animal is wearing a leash. In the Mishnah, it's called a shir, shin yud reish. The Mishnah says like this: Kol balei shir yeitzem b'shir v'nim shochem b'shir. Talking about an animal that has a leash. Can it go out on Shabbos? Can it be pulled along on Shabbos? So the Maggid taught it like this: Kol balei shir. Shir in Lashon Kodesh, shin yud reish, is a song. Kol balei shir, die Malachim und die Neshamas, was singen. Yoitzim b'shir, gehen sie heraus von sich mit der Shir. Wenn im Shachem b'shir, kommen sie zurück zu sich mit noch a Shir. Ratz v'shuv. And this is how the Maggid taught it. So a chassid who wasn't too bright, he came to a town called Shklov, which was a very misnagdische Stadt. And the people there started making fun of him. Tell us a Torah from your Rebbe. And he probably should have just said no comment, but instead he said, okay, I'll tell you. The Mishnah says, Kol balei shir, yeitzem b'shir, nimshachem b'shir. Balei shir, heißt das die Malachim und die Neshamas, was gehen heraus von sich mit der Shir und kommen sie zurück auf sich mit noch a Shir. And that town blew up. It was the most controversial, most incendiary. They ran him out of town. The Alter Rebbe, this is in the Tov Kuf Lamids in the 1770s. This is before the Nesias, before the Alter Rebbe's Nesias. This is when the Alter Rebbe was a Talmid of the Maggid. He had a special shlichus. They used to call him, by the way, the Litvak. The other Talmidei HaMaggid were Pelisher. The Alter Rebbe was der Litvak. And they used to call him, that was his nickname among them. So he had a special shlichus. He would go to the Litvische towns where they were very against Chassidus. And the Alter Rebbe, his name was Shnei Oyer, which is Shnei or 2 lights, the Oyer of Pnimius HaTorah and the Oyer of Nigla the Torah. And that's why the Alter Rebbe was the Baal Tanya and also the Baal Shulchan Aruch. So he would come to the Misnagdische towns and he would, with his learning, because they could not deny the fact that he was a Gon in Nigla, with his learning he would try to make some type of understanding with the opponents. So the Alter Rebbe comes to Shklov and they mobbed him. It was like in the streets. And the Alter Rebbe says, this is not the way. You don't come up to, I just got to town. You want to talk to me, you want to have a discussion, let's do it proper, set it up. Tonight in Shul. So they made an announcement, tonight in Shul, the Alter Rebbe is going to take questions. And everybody came with their questions. They figured if they could ask a question that the Alter Rebbe can't answer, so then they'll be the hero of the town, because they showed that the Chassid couldn't answer. And if the Alter Rebbe can answer, which they kind of thought maybe he could, so that would also be good, because a lot of these Talmidei Chachamim from Shklov had questions that were bothering them, and they asked the Rosh Hashivas, they didn't get answers. If the Alter Rebbe could answer, that's also good. So one such person who came to the shul was named Yosef Kolbai. And he had a nickname Kolbai because everything was in him. He had encyclopedic knowledge. He was Bucky in Kol HaTorah Kula. And he had a question that bothered him for years. And he asked all of the scholars from Shklov and from Vilna and from Slutsk and from all the towns around. Nobody could answer. This is how we have the story. Yosef Kolbai told the story. So he says he came in the shul, and the shul was so packed, there was no place to stand. People were standing in the windows, standing on every piece of furniture, hanging from the rafters. And he brought his question. The Alter Rebbe gets up to the bima in the middle of shul, and the tension is so thick. And the Alter Rebbe says probably the most incendiary, most inflammatory thing he could say. The Alter Rebbe gets up there, he says, Kol Baalei Shir, die Malachim und die Neshamas, Yeitze b'Shir, gehen sie heraus von sich mit der Shir, und im Shachen b'Shir, kommen sie zurück mit noch a Shir. And the place was about to blow up. Blow up. And the Alter Rebbe said, die was haben Frages, sollen sie erst herren and nigun. You have questions? Listen to a song. And the Alter Rebbe sang in nigun. Yosef Kolbai said that at that moment, the entire olam was lifted. Everyone in the room was taken to a higher level. He says for him, where the Alter Rebbe brought him with the nigun, it didn't answer his question. It made the question, ice question. It ceased to be a question. He said he was brought to such a high level, he had such clarity, that the question disappeared. He saw everything with complete klarkeit. And he said that was the experience everyone in the room had, that from the Alter Rebbe's nigun, before he spoke a word, with the nigun, he brought everybody to a level of clarity. And that's the power of the nigun. In fact, even more than words, we've been speaking a lot this Shabbos. I know I've been speaking a lot this Shabbos. But a nigun, a real nigun, isn't just because it's pretty. It isn't just because it's pleasing to listen to. A real nigun can lift us to a higher place and can give us clarity, can make things make sense. You can start to see your life in a new way just from hearing the right nigun. No pressure, Ellie. 30 seconds?
Short nigun. I don't know if
short one?
Alter Rebbe.
No. Tell them what it is. Ellie, don't be shy. Tell them what it is.
Does the same deal apply to...
I have faith in you. Tell them what it is.
So that we were speaking before, with that I didn't catch your name, but about the 10 famous nigunim of the Alter Rebbe. A few of them are just a short tzniya. One of them is called Kayol Tarig. Kayol Tarig alafike moyim v'hoyu l'toitofes beini necha. מה הקשר בין Kayol Tarig v'hoyu l'toitofes? Kayol Tarig is Yotzim B'shir, Rotzei. But the Rotzei has to come back in a Shoiv. The Shoiv is v'hoyu l'toitofes, mitzvah. V'hoyu l'toitofes beini necha. So this is the Tznu of the Alter Rebbe. Ki ayol taro higalafike moyim והויו לטייטפויס בינינךו כי יאיו לטארו יגלפי כמוים והויו לטייטפויס בינינךו. עד כאן.
Ellie is a good friend of mine, so hopefully I won't ruin our friendship by putting him on the spot again. There's a nigun, and I know you know it because I heard you sing it before. It's beautiful, and it has words. Actually, the words are in Yiddish. It's a nigun from one of the Talmidei HaMagid, from Reb Mendel Vitebsker, also known as Reb Mendel Horodoker. And it's a nigun that expresses gagoyim that a chassid has to his Rebbe. Reb Mendel used to sing this when he wanted to be by the Magid. And the words are his expressing this yearning. So what's the first line? Wollte ich haben gildene Fliegeln, wollte ich zu dir gefliehen. If I would have golden wings, I would fly to you. Wings, Gadfin, in Tanya, it's from the Zohar, is Ava V'yira. So if I would have Ava V'yira, I would come to you with Ava V'yira. If I don't have that, what's next? Wollte ich haben gildene Räder, wollte ich zu dir gefahren. So it's not flying, it's not an airplane, it's wheels, one lower. So some explain that that's not Ava V'yira Amitim, that's the Ava V'yira Tivim. If you learn Tanya, you know what that is. Wollte ich haben Pferd und Sattel. This is another layer down, another level down. Horse and saddle. Wollte ich zu dir geritten. I would ride to you. Wollte ich haben Tint und Feathers. Wollte ich zu dir geschrieben. This is, I can't get to you, but I could get a message to you. And then the lowest level, wollte ich haben a gildene Fingerl. If I had a golden ring, wollte ich zu dir gegeben, I would give you my golden ring. I can't even write a letter because I don't have the Isius. I don't know how to make words. But I have this thing. This happens to be this golden ring. Okay, whatever I have, I'll give it to you. And that's Maisa. Kabbalah soil, doing something. Which actually, not Tchilas and Besaifan, it's actually the highest level as well. So those are the words. And this is how you sing it properly. Without any accompaniment. A cappella. No pressure.
No pressure at all. And you'll recognize the Neggim because the Alter Rebbe later adopted it. Wollte ich haben gildene Fliegeln, wollte ich zu dir fliehen. I think it's fleeing, not gefliehen. My mistake. Wollte ich haben gildene Räder, wollte ich zu dir fahren. Da 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 da, yenana yo yenana, ay ay mama ya 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 ya, oh yenana yo ya mama mama yenana, oh yenana ma ya ya mama, ay ya 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 mama, oh yenana na. Wollte ich haben Pferd und Sattel, wollte ich zu dir geritten. Wollte ich haben Tint und Feder, wollte ich zu dir geschrieben. Wollte ich haben a gildenen Finger, wollte ich zu dir gegeben. Da 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 da, yenanam, oh yenanam, ay ya mama ya 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 na oh you know oh ya mama ya na oh you know ay ya mama ya 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 oh you know